Mrs Van Gogh.
Madame Van Gogh. It is Paris?
Oui, Paris.
What time is it?
Almost 11.
Why didn't you wake me?
Paint you, of course. Here in my mind. To hold on to this moment forever. I feared your father would deny us his blessing.
I would have married you anyway.
What, in broken Dutch law?
Yes.
Oh, tout mon temps, Paris! I have married the shocking suffragette and libertine, Johanna.
Then come back to bed and take your liberties, sir.
What about breakfast?
Be my breakfast. If we do it twice, we are definitely married.
Madame, you're definitely not very Dutch and proper.
Oh, to hell with proper. Things will be so different for us Dutchmen in the 20th century. You'll see. Light me a cigarette.
Oh, you're one of those women, eh?
Come here. I've had to wait for you so long.
The story of Mrs Van Gogh is about a legacy that we all enjoy now, the legacy of Vincent Van Gogh's paintings. Everyone's heard of Vincent's paintings, but we wouldn't know about them if it wasn't for his sister-in-law, who was the woman who was left with them all after Vincent and his brother Theo died.
For me, the story is about love. Johanna falls in love with Theo, and their life together is a whirlwind because Vincent van Gogh is Theo's brother. He's taken away from her after about 18 months, and she's left with hundreds and hundreds of worthless Vincent van Goghs and no money. Through reading the letters and translating the letters, she discovers Vincent, she finds Theo, and all the way through that she's driven by love. Love for Theo, love for finding out the answers, the truth, and her love of the paintings that Theo gave her.
For me, it's a tragic love story enveloped in an extremely fortunate legacy. That particular period is still affecting people today.
Everything that came after Vincent in terms of the art world and our understanding of art and probably the birth of modern art, you know, we trace back to this amazing period of art, and a lot of it we wouldn't know about if it wasn't for Mrs Van Gogh.
What?
Nothing.
It's now or never for me. Vincent, you know this. What's wrong with Yo's family?
Nothing. You'll miss your train.
Right, fine. Bye then. Don't eat the paints.
If you're not staying for lunch, what else can I eat?
You said you had money.
I'm a liar. Vincent's job in the play is to shake it up. I've deliberately tried to give not so much a historical perspective but an expressive perspective on Vincent. I have to bring him on in doses so I don't get too enveloped by him. I do it in my own voice, which was an interesting choice, which I've struggled with, but so from that I've tried to release myself from the pressure of trying to be this great man, because he was just a great man. So it's my version of this great man. It seems to be working all right.
An emotionally deep and challenged, troubled man. Not only just really encompasses struggle and endeavour, but is thwarted in so many ways, and in some ways by himself. Without that struggle, we wouldn't have Johanna, we wouldn't have the work of Vincent.
I didn't know anything about Johanna when I was given the script by Geoff. She was a little woman like myself and couldn't cook like myself, which I discovered through her letters. And just to be able to tell this story that the world needs to know, that Johanna Van Gogh actually went out there and fought for the art, the Impressionist art, and Vincent's work, that the world needs to know that, and I just feel that it's a real honour to be her and tell the world her story. I can now claim to you that because of Johanna Bonga, the Van Gogh survived. Today, in every museum, someone weeps in front of Vincent. After all, why should you be spared?